Patrick Kumo is the Municipal Chief Executive for Weija-Gbawe. Mr. MC, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
Well, very, very sad news coming through from your municipality. Is it the case that these two towns are not connected by road and the only means of transport is canoe, for which reason we saw what we saw?
Yeah, thank you so very much. Before, let me send my sincere condolences to the affected families. And then also let me use this opportunity to greet your cherished listeners. You see, the Fana area, which falls directly under the Gaston Municipal Assembly, is a sort of an island. Okay, we have almost about 3 islands around that area. And these islands are mostly habited by these fisher folk, farmers who have just settled on them to go about their daily activities. There is no electricity, there is no power around, there's no water and electricity around those areas. So mostly they commute from there to my municipality, which is the Yaboman area for school, and also some also extend to Bilfe in the Dansuman area. So basically it's sort of an island which has been deserted for years, but it's been occupied now by fisher folks who ply their trade around that area.
So the area has no amenities, school not existence, and that's not in your municipality. So the children come to school in your municipality.
Absolutely so.
And this is something that has been happening all the time. How safe do you know is this transportation method that they use?
You see, what happened yesterday is very unfortunate because the information we picked this very morning was that the boat was overloaded with minors. Hence, the person who was handling the boat is a 12-year-old boy who had no experience as to operating such a thing. We got information that the person who normally does the transporting of this case fell ill, so he was not at post yesterday to assist them. So this John man just voluntarily came in to assist. That brought about this whole thing. And that section, that is the estuary. That is where the Dinsu River enters the sea. And you know, in the evening, the tides from the sea goes up, for which you shall have some waves and some current around those areas. So if you're not experienced, you shall have challenges at that area. And you having a minor as low as 1.5 years on board with other minors, the least wave that comes in might just get them to panic, and it might cause the disaster that happened yesterday. It's very regrettable, and then I believe that moving forward, we'll have to take a critical look at that area and see what can be done to salvage the situation moving forward.
Which is actually going to be my next question. So what are the steps forward?
Yeah, so now the two assemblies, that area falls under the south. You will have to go and ascertain whether those people residing in those areas will still have to be allowed to live there, or we need to move them from that area, because it's not a habitable area at all. Those are all wetlands that they've gone there to put those structures to live. The population that we have around those areas hovers around 350 to 500 inhabitants living in these thatch houses with mud houses and all that. So it's not an area that has been really demarcated for habitation. So those investigations will be done, and then of course we'll see the way forward. But with the interim, we'll have to get an operator to be there to assist them whilst we look into the future as to the long-term solution. These are things that we'll be doing after our visit to the family tomorrow. Then, of course, we can see the way forward.
So because the settlement is almost illegal, I cannot even ask you if it will make sense to provide them with a school, because they are not supposed to be there in the first place. So definitely government should not be sending a school there, correct?
Yeah, for now, that is what it is, because it's not illegal settlement. But then we'll also have to go and see the population, as I just mentioned, and see if there will be the need for us to send those amenities there.
Okay.
But as I said, in the interim, we'll have to provide a means of transport and some life jackets for them to be able to.
So that interim is my concern. Is it that NADMO is going to dedicate a boat to them, or the assembly will buy a boat and put it there and put a rider on it?
These are the dynamics we're looking at. Tomorrow, a team from the NADMO head office, the regional minister, the two assemblies, and some opinion leaders will be visiting the family. Then after, a committee will be put in place to really ascertain the lasting solution that needs to be provided for that area. And I believe at the end, whatever that will be agreed on will be something that will need to the benefits of the people around that area.
Very well. The last time I saw you, we were on a boat together, you and I, traveling island communities in your municipality following the opening of the Weija Dam floodgates. The water company has warned that it will be opening the floodgates very soon and asking people to move. But what you and I observed at that time was that people will really be obstinate and do not move from the zone that the water would ordinarily flow through. What is the situation now? Has it been opened? Have people agreed to move from the area? Because we do not want another disaster.
Yeah, so Ghana Water has, we've had a stakeholders meeting, communication have been sent around. The assemblies have also moved information via to the various communities that are mostly affected to ward them off those areas. But as you always know, we still have some recalcitrant people who still will be sitting there and looking at what will happen. But then the good news is that Ghana Water has devised a strategy of which they have reduced their minimum level of operation from 48 to 47, which gives us some room to monitor and spill at a very low rate, which will not create some havoc in the municipality. But this will also depend on the rains that comes in from the eastern region. If we are overwhelmed with rain coming in, then of course we might have some few challenges. Where we need to distill and open dredges, all have been done. Reason why, if you get to know the Weija-Gbawe section of the estuary is very active now. They are spilling 2 gates at the moment. So you still have some water traveling into the sea. So that might have also created some sort of undercurrent around that area, of which a 12-year-old who has no experience will be able to maneuver around that area, which led to the accident.
All right. Thank you for speaking to us, and our condolences to you as a municipality.
Thank you so very much for the audience. We appreciate it.
That's Patrick Kumo. He's Municipal Chief Executive for Weija-Gbawe.